What's going on YouTube? Today we have my favorite DFS picks for April 9th, 2018. It's a Monday. Let's get this week started strong with some money-making lineups. So these are both for DraftKings and FanDuel. They're players that are going to work on both. But we are going to hop straight into the video so you guys can start getting your lineups set and everything. So at shortstop, I have Trevor Story. He's the most expensive shortstop, I do believe. But the reason I love him is just because he bats better against righties. He's got a great matchup, 30th best pitcher in the MLB, which isn't very good. And he's been pretty consistent. 6 is not too great, but 21 or almost 22, 19, and 16, 3 out of the past 5 games. And he's got a great matchup here, so I think he keeps that up. And I think he could definitely get around 15 to 16, a little bit more than they project, just because I like his matchup so much. So Trevor Story is a great guy for shortstop. At third base, I have Adrian Beltre. He's a little bit of a cheaper option, but the reason I liked him is because his matchup is pretty good, as well as for his price, he's been doing pretty solid. So 9, 15.5, 15.2 the past 3 games. So he's been hot the past 3 games. He's getting a good amount of at-bats. So I do like Adrian Beltre in this matchup, batting cleanup, so got that chance for a lot of RBIs. So Adrian Beltre, definitely a cheaper option, but still a good option to look at for third base. And he's only been costing about $245 per fantasy point, which is pretty good. And then at second, I have Joey Wendell, another cheap play. It says he's only projected 0.8, but trust me, he's going to get way more than that. Just his past three out of his past 5 games, he went 15, almost 16, 12, and 9. And that's really good for somebody that costs so cheap. He's got a good matchup. He hits better against lefties. So I think Joey Wendell's definitely a guy to be looked at. He's batting 308 right now, and he just started playing a little bit. So he's still probable going to play today, and he's been doing pretty good, so especially for his price. So I think Joey Wendell is definitely a good value play to throw in at second base for today. At catcher, I have Jorge Alfaro, or however you say it. He's got a good matchup, like I said, going against 30th best. Let's see, past games, he had 31 last game. So he's definitely a guy that has the ability to score a lot of points. Doesn't cost too much. His fantasy cost per point or whatever is pretty low as well. And, for his price, he's projected a decent amount. But I think with this matchup, he can definitely get 10 plus, which for $2,400, that would be a very good value for you, almost 5 times value. So at pitcher, we got my man Happ. The reason I love him is because not only did Draft Dashboard rank him so high, but he also is going against the 27th best hitting team, which isn't very good, Baltimore. So that's definitely something to be noted, as well as he's been pretty consistent, 37, pretty solid, 23, not so much, but then 55, 39, 35. So Happ's doing pretty good. So yeah, I think if he can get maybe 6 innings out of him, he does get a good amount of strikeouts. So I think he's definitely a guy that you can get around 40 points from in this matchup. And then for outfield, I have Rhys Hoskins, another 100, out of 100 ranked by Draft Dashboard. And then he's also, has a 30th best matchup. So that's definitely something to be noted, as well as he's better versus righties. And so, yeah, he is a little bit more expensive at $4,900. But, if you look at 35, 12, 10, so 3 out of the past 5 games have been pretty solid. And he's got a super good matchup here. So I think he's going to do very well versus Cincinnati, who isn't that great of a team. And so, yeah, so I like him a lot. So those are my picks for today. I hope some of them, you use and they make you some money. And if you are wondering what I am using to, have all these players and see all this, it is called Draft Dashboard. It is the only DFS tool I use. And it literally took me from never winning anything to now I win almost every night. So if you're serious about DFS, or you want to get serious and you actually want to start winning some real money, and I'm not talking winning 60 cents a night, I'm talking winning a good amount of money, I have a 7-day trial linked in the description, so you can go out and check out Draft Dashboard. So check it out for 7 days. make some winning lineups, win some money, and it costs $25 per month after that. So after the 7 days, you'll probably have won a pretty good amount anyways, so you can probably pay for it or more with your winnings. So that's definitely something I would look into. Like I said, link in the description. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I make lineup videos every single day. So if you want to find the best players to play in DFS, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys with another lineup tomorrow.